أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا.
Surah An-Naba verse 6, a reminder of God's greatness through the creation of the earth. Have we not made the earth expanse? Surah An-Naba verse 6. The sixth verse of Surah An-Naba highlights one of the real signs of God's greatness, namely the creation of the earth, which is perfectly designed for human life. God invites people to reflect on this creation as evidence of His power and the certainty of the Day of Judgment. Let's study this verse through various branches of knowledge of the Qur'an. 1. Knowledge of Tajweed. In this verse, the rules of Tajweed that need to be observed include Mad Thabi. In the word there is Mad Thabi, which is read as long as to movements on the letter Aleph. Iqfa. In the word the letter Nun Sukan meets the letter Lam, so it is read faintly. Aleph Lam Qamariya. In the word the letter Lam is read clearly because it meets the letter Hamza, which includes the letter Qamariya. The correct application of Tajweed makes reading clearer and adds beauty to its delivery. 2. The science of tafsir. This verse is a form of reminder to humans to reflect on the creation of the earth. According to Ibn Kathir's interpretation, God shows His greatness by making the earth a comfortable and stable place to live. This earth is spread out in such a way that it can support life, provide shelter, sources of food, water, and various other human needs. The word in this verse means an expanse or a wide place, showing that the earth is designed with perfect balance so that humans can live comfortably. 3. Knowledge of Asbab an-Nuzul. This verse does not have a specific reason for its descent Asbab an-Nuzul. However, this verse is part of God's chain of arguments to answer the doubts of the Quraysh disbelievers about resurrection. By showing signs of God's greatness in the world, such as the creation of the earth, God invites people to think that recreating people after death is something very easy for Him. 4. Knowledge of Nasikh and Mansukh. This verse does not contain a repealed or repealed law. This verse is eternal as a reminder of God's power reflected in the creation of the earth. 5. Oratory science. In the science of rhetoric, this verse shows the beauty of the language of the Qur'an through Istifham Takriri, rhetorical question. The word is used to ask a question whose answer is clear. This question is not to get an answer, but to assert an undeniable truth. Metaphor. The word describes the earth as a vast expanse or bed, giving the impression of stability and comfort. 6. Knowledge of fiqh and usul fiqh. In terms of usual fiqh, this verse teaches the importance of reflecting on the signs of God's greatness that are around us. This contemplation is included in worship because it is a form of acknowledgement of God's power and greatness. This verse also affirms the principle of monotheism, which is the belief that God is the only creator. 7. Knowledge of Qira'at. In Hafsh's Qira'at, this verse is read as we generally know. There is no significant difference in the reading of this verse in other Qira'at, which shows consistency in pronunciation and meaning. 8. Reasonable knowledge. This verse has a close relationship with the previous verses. If the previous verse discusses the certainty of the Day of Judgment and the threat to those who deny it, then this verse invites people to reflect on the signs of God's power in the world. This relationship shows that the existence of Judgment Day can be understood through the natural signs that God created. 9. Knowledge of meaning. In semantic science, the use of the word gives the effect of teaching and warning. This sentence not only explains the fact of the creation of the earth, but also invites the reader to contemplate the unlimited power of God. Conclusion. Surah An-Naba verse 6 is a reminder that the earth, as one of God's creations, was created perfectly to sustain human life. God uses the creation of the earth as a proof of His greatness and as an argument to strengthen human belief in resurrection and the Day of Judgment. Come on, friends, take time to reflect on the greatness of God reflected in His creation. Make the Qur'an a guide in our lives and prepare ourselves to face the last day. Share this message with your family and friends so that they are also inspired to be closer to God. Together, let's spread the goodness and light of Islam. Barakallahu feekum.